Who comes off the bench? That's an illustrious list. That's a phenomenal question. KD said, heck, I'll see your question with a statement. None of them can guard me. How about that?
Kevin Durant is no stranger to clapping back on social media. It's almost become his trademark at this point. Honestly, I can't think of another all-time great who would actually respond to a post debating which of 6 legends should come off the bench. But KD, yeah, he might just pop up in the comments one day under my page. He clearly has time and confidence, and to be fair, he's earned the right to talk like that. We're talking about one of the most gifted scorers ever. He literally said that LeBron, Shaq, Tim Duncan, Kobe, and Michael Jordan couldn't guard him. I know MJ fans aren't going to be very happy about that one, but truthfully, he has a point. MJ never had to guard a legit 7-footer with guard skills and a high release like KD. That's a nightmare matchup, especially with KD having a 5+ inch height advantage and a significantly longer wingspan. It's not about effort, it's just physics. Same with Kobe, tough defender but undersized. Shaq and Duncan, too slow. Prime LeBron would put up the best fight, but even that's just slowing KD down, not stopping him. So yeah, KD's right, those guys probably couldn't shut him down, but let's not get it twisted. He's not guarding them either, absolutely not. He might be a mismatch for most of them on defense, but it goes both ways. Still, Emmanuel Acho seems to think KD even bringing that up is irrelevant.
Because he said none of them can guard me. How about that?
He moved the conversation.
That's what I'm saying. But we all know as an athlete, respect is everything, dog. And you ain't gonna sit up here and say, they disrespected me with all these greats, right? You know, you can't say that.
But you know what it is, James, and you've gotten in arguments, whether it's with your significant other, with your kids, and you know when you argue with your kid or maybe even your wife about something, and they got to move the conversation because they would know they're going to lose the conversation.
Man, we married. That happened all the time.
So, Acho seems to think that KD bringing up who can guard who is just him shifting the conversation or moving the goalposts. He's right if you just base it off of careers, KD's the odd man out. But if you really think about it, KD's actually reminding people like Acho that this debate about which of these 6 legends should start isn't just about career accomplishments. It's also about pure skill, something that gets overlooked way too often in these conversations, as you're about to see.
If we are talking about just great players on that basketball court and you are taking out the championships, you can't put Tim Duncan in there in front of
Tim
KD.
Duncan's a better player than Kevin Durant. Come on.
No, he is not. Emmanuel Acho.
James, he won
First and last?
He won 5 championships.
See,
he has
won
his
a
own
championship.
MVPs. He has defensive all-NBA teams. And not only that, I can't forget the championships. You play to win championships.
You don't get it, Stu. You just don't get it, do ya?
There's no debating against the fact that Tim Duncan had a greater career than Kevin Durant, but that's not the conversation we're having here. Forget the resumes, forget how you feel about KD joining the Warriors. If you're building a starting 5 for today's NBA, there's a legit case for putting KD in over Duncan. Think about it, if you start both Shaq and Tim Duncan, you're sacrificing spacing. Remember, Duncan shot just 17% from 3 for his career. On the other hand, KD gives you elite shooting, off-ball movement, and versatility. For me, LeBron is locked in as a point guard. MJ is obviously starting. Shaq is the anchor in the middle, so now you need somebody who can catch and shoot, stretch the floor, and play without needing the ball. That's KD. And let's be real, if one of them had to come off the bench, who's more likely to cause chemistry issues? Duncan or KD? Duncan would play his role without a word, but KD would lose his cool and things could go south quick. So props to Duncan for being that kind of teammate. There's also a world where Kobe doesn't start either, because if you already have MJ, why start Kobe, a player who does everything MJ does, but at a slightly lower level? That wouldn't make any sense. So for me, either Tim Duncan or Kobe is coming off the bench. But what do you think? Who's your odd man out? Tell me in the comment section below. Until next time, peace.